Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the Cardano family. Thank you so much for all the love that you guys show. Let's take a look at what's happening with the price of ADA as we are going further into the month of December. Speaking about the month of December, the last 48 hours have been, great for the crypto space. Bitcoin showing significant strength. Bitcoin was able to close above $93,000 today. So again, so far so good, but we got to still take it day by day. As far as Cardano price is concerned, up 3% on the USD side of things. On the weekly time frame, though, if you look, there's still a lot of coins down, but Cardano is one of the few coins that's still up about 2.6%, which again is something we also want to be paying closer attention to. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So you're looking at the price of Cardano at 45 cents right now. It's also up 2% on the Bitcoin side of things. Valuation $16.5 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at $1.1 billion. If you're looking at the Bitcoin dominance, you guys could see for yourself the dominance index on the daily time frame. You could see for yourself is starting to pull down. Sorry, on the hourly. So, we saw dominance, peak out at 59.79%. And this is a great thing to be paying attention to. As Bitcoin is gaining strength and dominance start to pull down now, this is exactly what you want to see happening if you are holding altcoins in your portfolio. We've seen quite a sharp pullback for the dominance, as you could see for yourself, while Bitcoin is still in this upwards trajectory. And again, if you look at Bitcoin on an hourly perspective, you could see for yourself, Bitcoin actually went up to $94,000, but still having a hard time breaking out of the $93,800 key resistance, which of course I have highlighted to you guys before. And pretty much over the last few hours we've seen that retest and we kind of got rejected. But the fact that Bitcoin continuously holding quite nice around the key range is something we don't want to be ignoring. And the fact that we're back in the 0.50 fib zone, again, confirmation is still at $100,000, as I've stated to you guys before. The confirmation is $100,000. Reason why I say that is because this wave that we did see complete, in my opinion. Now, in order for us to get a confirmation, especially for me, for to see if things are really turning around, we need to see Bitcoin reclaiming back above six figures price point. So again, I'm more confident for things to turn around, as I've stated on the channel before. But let's take a closer look at ADA and see what's really going on here. So Cardano's price, you could see for yourself, was already lagging. If you remember, over the last few days, we've seen quite a big fake out for Bitcoin, which of course was a major liquidation on the last day of the month of November. And I think that was clear manipulation because things turned around quite fast. There was no specific news around it. And again, this is why you want to stay away from leverage trading. But ADA before that, prior to this thing, this major liquidation, the price of Bitcoin was actually on the move. You could see for yourself, Bitcoin actually went up to the 0.50 fib zone, and we got rejected at that key range. But as the market was picking up, Cardano was actually lagging behind. The reason as to why Cardano was lagging behind was, of course, due to the big network issue that came up. But that was shortly that shortly existed. It was solved very quickly. And of course, that really kind of brought in a little bit of bearish momentum on ADA's price, and it was lagging behind the broader market. So if you're looking at ADA in the grand scheme of things, it's still below the 51 cents price point. Yes, it's seeing, nice bounce, but we need to understand the price of ADA was able to break below the 40 cents price when we came down to 37 cents. If you don't include this move right here, the October 10th, level, this was the first time pretty much since, November of last year that we saw the price of ADA retest that. So again, we're just rebounding, from where we were, just a few days back. But if you want to put this into perspective, ADA up 22%. And I know this is bringing a lot of excitement, but we need to kind of zoom out and take a look at, what's really going on. It was already lagging. It dropped below the key support line, with the market retracement that we saw obviously on the, day of, November 30th, and we have seen a little bit of an uptick, as you can see for yourself. Now, if this resistance is able to break out, I personally do believe, we could start reclaiming back above the 51 cents price point. And once we get back above that, that could start showing excitement and start retesting some of the levels we have not seen since pretty much November 11th. So again, these are some levels to be looking out forward to. The Cardano's valuation, of course, is at 16.5 billion, but the volume is picking up at 1.1 billion, which is nice. And if dominance continues to pull down and Bitcoin continues to show strength, I think ADA could start pushing up to the major key resistance at 51 cents. We want to reclaim back above that. I do expect that to be a little bit of a rejection. which is about a 14% move from where we currently are. I expect it to be a rejection due to the fact that this is a major resistance. If this is able to break out, I think we reclaim back up to the 57 cents key resistance price point. But again, I got to take it step by step. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys personally think. What are you guys doing right now? Thank you so much for all the love, and we'll see you later in Crypto ZX and peace.